Today, we're diving into one of the most important aspects of our overall health, maintaining a healthy weight. And I'm truly excited about this episode because I'll be sharing insights from my research that have been truly effective for my own weight loss. I believe that weight management isn't just about looking good, it's also about feeling good, preventing disease, and living a long and energetic life, and being able to sustain an active lifestyle as well. In this episode, we're breaking down the science behind weight loss with a special focus on the role of insulin. Stick around until the end because I'll be explaining how insulin affects weight management, sharing 4 practical strategies to lose weight and how to keep it off, and giving you some simple hacks to make healthy weight maintenance easier. Okay, so let's get started. And the biggest challenge with this episode is that I just don't know where to start. There's so much to cover on this topic. Weight loss is deeply personal to me because I've had my fair share of struggles with it in the earlier part of my life. However, I've always managed to get back on track whenever I felt I had let myself go too far. In this episode, I will focus on what truly matters to all of us when it comes to understanding the ins and outs of weight loss. Everything I share will be based on my personal experiences, and I'm confident that these insights will help guide you on your own journey. Okay, so without further ado, first let's dive into what are the reasons that contribute to gaining weight. And no, it's not just eating a lot. I've seen many people in my life who barely eat and still gain weight and struggle losing it as well. So let's start from the obvious one, shall we? The first one is the poor diet choices. What do I mean by that? It's consuming high-calorie, processed, and sugary foods. This can quickly add up the calories in your body, leading to weight gain, especially when we combine this with frequent snacking or overeating. Consuming calories is a simple idea that it adds up with what you put into your body. But keep in mind that different food types have different caloric density. For example, when you consume fats and oils that have the highest calories, so think of olive oil, vegetable oil, coconut oil, nuts, seeds, avocados. These have extremely high calories in them. Okay, I'm not saying bad calories or good calories. I'm just saying the calories versus the vegetables that are extremely low in caloric density. So think about that when you are craving for snacks next time. All right, moving on to number 2, lack of physical activity. What do I mean? A sedentary lifestyle with minimal movement, where you skip regular exercise and sit around for long periods of time. I think we all understand how that could lead to weight gain. Number 3, hormonal imbalances. This includes insulin resistance. And we'll dive deeper into this topic of insulin in a few minutes. Other hormonal imbalances would include thyroid disorders and elevated cortisol levels from stress. Number 4, frequent eating and snacking. Eating multiple times a day, which spikes your insulin, leading to fat storage. Number 5 is poor sleep, which increases your hunger hormones like ghrelin and decreases your satiety hormones, the feel of fullness. It's called leptin. Sleep deprivation leads to cravings and overeating, not just for the night, but also for the following day. Then there are other factors such as stress and emotional eating. Stress leads to increased cortisol, which promotes fat storage. Also, when you're anxious, sad, or bored, you tend to eat more. There are some medical conditions as well that contribute to weight gain, like PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, and Cushing's syndrome, which is a hormonal disorder characterized by excessive cortisol production, leading to weight gain. And then there are medications that lead to weight gain, such as antidepressants, antipsychotics, and steroids. Also, insulin and certain birth control pills, which contribute to fat storage. Now, many people believe that weight loss is simply about eating less and exercising more. If it was that simple, many people have attained their New Year's resolution by end of January. But that is not the case, and the approach of eating less often leads to frustration and failure. When you dramatically cut calories, your body slows down metabolism to conserve energy. because the process of converting nutrients into energy also requires a lot of energy. And this slowdown in metabolism makes it harder to lose fat in the long run. I hope that makes sense to you because it's the key point for why just cutting calories doesn't work. Your body suddenly detects insufficient energy supply, so it moderates the process and starts storing any incoming calories or energy as fat. So then, how do we attain a healthy weight? One of the key factors in weight loss is managing hormones, especially the insulin, rather than just reducing food intake arbitrarily. High insulin levels in our body promote fat storage. When we only think from the perspective of low calories, it ignores the idea of body's hormonal response to food, which is why many people struggle with weight despite eating less. The most important thing here is to focus on eating the right foods, like healthy fats, proteins, and fiber-rich meals. Wow, that sounds good. Let's repeat that one more time. Healthy fats, proteins, and fiber-rich meals. And you want to do this while maintaining a structured meal timing to optimize your metabolism and fat burning at the same time. All right, so now let's talk about insulin, a hormone that plays a crucial role in weight regulation. So every time we eat, our blood sugar levels rise. In response, the pancreas releases insulin, a hormone that helps transport glucose into muscles and cells for energy or storage. Now think about this. When we eat too often, we keep spiking our blood sugar levels, leading to consistently high insulin levels in our bloodstream. Over time, this can result in insulin resistance. So let's understand, what is insulin resistance? It happens when the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, making it harder for glucose to enter it. So let's imagine insulin as a key that unlocks cells in our body, allowing glucose to enter and be used for energy or stored for later use. But if we keep using this key too frequently, the cells become resistant, making it harder for insulin to do its job. As a result, more sugar remains in the bloodstream, keeping blood sugar levels elevated. I really hope that analogy makes sense. Now, to compensate, the pancreas produces even more insulin, not realizing the issue isn't a lack of insulin. It's that the cells are no longer responding properly. And this creates a cycle where high insulin levels make the body more likely to store fat instead of burning it for energy, leading to weight gain. And over time, the overworked pancreas may struggle to even keep up with producing more insulin, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes and other metabolic disorders. To lose weight, one of the key factors is to manage insulin levels effectively by reducing how often and how much they spike throughout the day. Now, let's move towards the meat of this episode, which is the practical strategies for losing and maintaining a healthy weight. And before we get into the strategies, there's one important thing I want to emphasize. Most people rely too heavily on working out to lose weight. This often leads to burnout and discouragement, making it harder to stay consistent. The truth is, workouts accounts for only about 20% of the weight loss equation, while your diet and eating habits make up the remaining 80%. And just because workouts contribute less doesn't mean they aren't essential. Exercise plays a crucial role in improving overall health, but I don't want it to overshadow the importance of diet and eating habits. Keeping that in mind, let's dive into 4 key factors that can make or break your weight loss journey. If you can manage these, I promise you, you'll set yourself up for long-term success. So the first one is diet control. The key to weight loss is maintaining a caloric deficit, meaning you consume fewer calories than your body can burn. However, it's not just about eating less, it's about eating right. Focus on nutrient-dense foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains that provide essential nutrients without excessive calories. When planning meals, aim for larger, well-balanced meals that keep you full for longer, incorporating high protein and fiber-rich foods. This helps with sustaining energy levels and reducing unnecessary snacking. To regulate blood sugar levels, avoid foods that cause rapid sugar spikes. Some foods promote gradual release of sugar into the bloodstream, which helps prevent the fat storage. If you're craving something sweet, look for natural sources like dates, oranges, bananas, or apples. However, if you want to indulge in processed sweets, try to limit them to once a day and consume them with a meal. The reason I'm saying consuming with the meal is because consuming sugar with fiber is better than consuming it alone. Fiber slows down digestion and absorption of sugar, leading to a more controlled rise in blood sugar levels and reducing the fat storage. So keep that in mind when you're craving for processed sugar. Now, when it comes to macronutrient balance, the acceptable macronutrient distribution range, which is the AMDR, it recommends that 45 to 65% of daily calories should come from carbs, 20 to 35% should come from fats, and 10 to 35% from protein. Let's also talk about how much protein you should be taking. Aim for 0.8 grams per kilogram of your body weight. So for example, I am 185 pounds, and converting that to kilogram will be 84 kg. So that translates into about 67 to 70 grams of protein daily for me. It's recommended if you can get the protein from natural sources. But I know it's not easy for a lot of us to eat that much protein in a day. And that's the reason I sometimes use a supplement as needed. So we know the AMDR breakdown now, which says 45 to 65% of your daily calories should come from carbs, 20 to 35 from fats, and 10 to 35% from protein. But how do you know how many calories you should be consuming daily? If you are trying to lose weight, the key is eating fewer calories than you can burn, right? While still getting enough nutrients. A good rule of thumb is to aim for a 500 to 1,000 calorie deficit per day, which helps you lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. And this is a safe and sustainable pace. So recommended calorie intake for women is around 1,200 to 1,500 calories per day. And for men, it's around 1,500 to 1,800 calories per day. But it really depends on your age, your weight, your height, and your activity level. If you are a super active person or an active person, you will need more calories than someone who sits around most of the day. So a simple way to figure out your calorie needs, start with your daily expenditure, right? Basically, how many calories your body burns daily. From there, cut 500 to 1,000 calories to keep the sustainable pace with losing weight. The goal here is to not feel miserable, but have a sustainable plan. Now let's move on to the second factor, exercise. As we have already mentioned, when it comes to losing weight, even though exercise only contributes to about 20% of the overall weight loss equation, it still plays a crucial role in the process. Exercise increases caloric expenditure, which helps to create the necessary calorie deficit for fat loss. Regular physical activity not only burns calories during the workout, but also enhances metabolism even after exercise, a phenomenon known as the afterburn effect, or EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. In simple words, you're burning calories even when your body is at rest if you exercise on a regular basis. Specifically, the strength training. I incorporate both cardio and strength training in my routine because cardio gives me the stamina, the flexibility. It improves my cardiovascular health. And strength training helps me with building muscles and improving my overall body composition. One strategy that always helps me when I'm trying to lose weight is extending my overnight fast until brunch, usually around 11 a.m. So in the morning, I will only have a full glass of water and black coffee before following up with a 20 to 30 minute intense workout session. I choose intense workouts because they are shorter but still effective. And this approach helps me start the day with a calorie deficit. And since I've already worked out, I'm more inclined to make healthier food choices throughout the day. Now, I understand that morning workouts aren't feasible for everyone, but simply extending your overnight fast until brunch can still be beneficial for weight loss. Once you reach your goal weight, you can return to your regular breakfast schedule. However, this method works only if you eat well during meals and exercise at least 4 to 5 days a week. Otherwise, it may just lead to temporary water weight loss rather than sustainable fat loss. And that's our goal, losing fat, not just the water, right? And if you read some research papers out there, it's already well known the best time to work out is 2 to 3 hours after fasting, when insulin levels are low. This forces your body to use stored glycogen and fat for energy. Now at number 3 is sleep. Getting enough sleep is really important for weight management. When sleep is insufficient, a hormone called ghrelin, the hunger hormone, increases, while another hormone called leptin, the satiety hormone, decreases, leading to stronger cravings for high-calorie, sugary, and processed foods, not just at night, but the following day as well. Also, sleep plays a very important role in energy balance by helping manage stress and maintaining the energy levels needed for physical activity. And something that is not very well known about sleep deprivation is that poor sleep is also linked to impaired metabolic health, including reduced insulin sensitivity and inefficient glucose metabolism, which can increase the risk of weight gain and metabolic disorders. So I hope you understand how important your sleep is. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep to make weight loss efforts more effective. Imagine putting all that effort in trying to lose weight and getting your sleep wrong. This could just completely nullify the hard work that you're putting in for weight loss. And that leads us to the fourth factor in weight loss, stress. Now, managing stress is important because chronic stress leads to high cortisol levels, a hormone linked to the body's fight or flight response. Now, what does that have to do with anything? The high cortisol levels can slow metabolism, increasing cravings for sugary and fatty foods and promoting fat storage, especially around the abdomen. And stress also affects the eating behavior, often triggering emotional or stress-induced overeating, where individuals will seek comfort in calorie-dense, unhealthy foods. Also, prolonged stress can disrupt sleep patterns, which further exacerbates weight gain by altering hunger hormones, increasing appetite, and reducing your body's ability to regulate energy effectively for physical activities. By prioritizing stress management techniques such as mindfulness, exercise, deep breathing, and proper sleep, anyone can better regulate their metabolism and support their weight loss efforts. These 4 not so unfamiliar factors can really help you in your weight loss journey. All I have done is try to show you why these 4 factors are so important. Again, the 4 factors were diet control, exercise, sleep, and stress management. And if you're really serious about your weight loss goals, then here's one more suggestion that I can make. Something that I strongly believe will expedite your process of weight loss. Avoid these 4 items. 1. All-purpose flour. 2. Added sugar. 3. Synthetic fats, the trans fats. And 4th, treated or processed food, any packaged food. An easy way to remember that is FAST. F for flour, A for added sugar, S for synthetic fats, and T for treated or processed food. Easy to remember. FAST. Now, let's talk about some simple hacks for better weight management. Because once you reach your weight goal, you also want to know how to manage it on a regular basis. All right. To start with, 1, reduce your sugar gradually. Instead of taking a full cup of coffee with 2 teaspoons of sugar, you can always cut it down to half a cup of coffee with 1 teaspoon of sugar. You'll still get the same taste and kick, but less caffeine and sugar. Over time, you can reduce it even further if needed. 2, eat according to your activity level. If you have a busy, active day ahead, allow yourself some extra calories, but keep them clean. If your day is more sedentary, reduce your intake or plan an activity later to balance it out. Turn this into a rewarding system. Extra treats are only allowed if you compensate with movement. 3, plan your meals and snacks in advance. This will help you to avoid impulsive eating by preparing your meals and snacks ahead of time. When you have healthy options ready, you're less likely to grab junk food when hunger strikes. 4. Enjoy treats in moderation. Completely avoiding your favorite foods can lead to stronger cravings and binge eating. So instead, indulge in small portions occasionally to keep cravings under control without derailing progress. 5. Avoid starting your day with sugar. Eating something sugary in the morning spikes insulin and keeps you craving sweets all day long. So instead, opt for protein-rich or fiber-filled breakfast to keep energy levels stable. Number 6, drink water before meals. Having a glass full of water before eating can help reduce hunger and prevent overeating. Sometimes we mistake thirst for hunger. And number 7, move after eating. A short 10 to 15 minute walk after meal can help regulate blood sugar levels and improve your digestion, reducing your fat storage. If you know of any other weight management hacks, I would love to hear them. So leave me a comment on any of the social media platform at Life Skills with Jobin. Obesity is a major global health issue, and if you're not paying attention to your health now, then you are already or will be soon contributing to the statistics. Fighting obesity requires more science-based strategies rather than rumors that are out there. And that was the focus of today's episode. Over 650 million adults worldwide have obesity right now, and its prevalence has risen rapidly over the past 50 years. Obesity is a major global health issue and is closely linked to type 2 diabetes, heart diseases, strokes, osteoarthritis, sleep apnea, depression, and certain cancers, including breast, ovarian, prostate, liver, kidney, and colon cancer. And I'm not making this up. This information is based on a science article that was published in the National Library of Medicine. So keep in mind, maintaining a healthy weight isn't about short-term dieting. It's about building sustainable habits. The goal is to create a lifestyle that supports your health, not just follow a diet for a few weeks. If you found this episode helpful, then please leave a rating and a comment and share it with someone who might need it. Until next time, stay healthy, stay strong, and keep learning.